What's up? So in this video, I'm going to give you a walkthrough of this SOP, how to build a reputation moat for your high ticket offer. Now, you do not want to skip this introduction. I want to give you some disclaimers, especially this elephant in the room. All of this is very important to go through because first of all, you need to know, what we've seen as we've worked on these types of things with other clients, but then also just some things in terms of reputation management that need to be addressed. At the very beginning, reputation makes or breaks a high ticket offer. If you have a high ticket offer and you're running paid ads to it, especially, you need to build a reputation moat around your high ticket offer, the branding of your offer. Even if you're not a personal brand or a celebrity or just kind of want to be a face, if it's a faceless type of offer or something like that, there's still a brand. There is a brand around your offer name. There's different design. There's all these brand assets that are related to your high ticket offer, and it has a reputation. And people will begin to look for it, and they will look for reviews, and they will look online for some more information, right? So this is critical. So having this is going to help you. I'll let you read through this, but I did want to just point out a very important kind of case study. It's an anti-case study, I would call it. Basically, we've seen it firsthand where offers who didn't do this crashed and burned. So there was an e-com automation offer that we worked with. It grew to 30 million in actually 11 months. I need to change that. 11 months, but damage control became nearly impossible when growth outpaced fulfillment and they didn't have a reputation plan in place. So bad reviews started to flood in, but it was too late at that point. Class action lawsuits piled up. Eventually, they had to let a little over 100 people go, and the company ended up filing for bankruptcy. So this can happen. It's a tragic ending that could have been avoided had they followed our advice, which was, hey, stop running your ads, fix fulfillment, and get this thing sorted. We can do some PR, we can set up some stuff, and then we can turn this around. But they didn't do that. They did do some PR. We tried to do some of that, but it was too late at that point, and we don't want you to get down the road that far. So if you contrast this with our video marketing clients, we work with guys like Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, Russell Brunson, many others. And if there's one thing that they do very well, it's owning the media. Owning the media is what they do. They are everywhere. They have tons of content. They are all over the place. They rank in Google for all kinds of things. They are everywhere, and they are trusted brands. Their digital footprint has been firmly secured for years and years because of what they do. And so in this guide, we'll explore how you can either keep the worst case scenario from happening if you're really dealing with some bad, nasty things. We can explore that. Even if you aren't there yet, we don't want you headed in that direction. So we'll show you how to rescue your reputation and rebuild trust with your prospects. So either way, you must put your brand positioned as the best and only choice out there. We do have the option for you to schedule a free audit in this page. There'll be a link to do that, and you can book a call with us if there's something that's more urgent and you want to get some questions answered about your specific situation. And we'll provide a plan of action for whatever you need. All right, so the disclaimer is the elephant in the room. Some of our solutions fall into what we call gray hat territory. So to be clear, we don't do anything illegal, but some of the methods that we suggest and sometimes need to use occupy a gray area that some might find uncomfortable. And really it comes down to this. It's the ethics of AI, right? So here's an example. We have systems and internal connections, people at Reddit, at YouTube, that give us loopholes to basically fix situations that are causing serious damage to a brand's ability to generate revenue. We can actually get Reddit posts removed. There's a process for that. There's a caveat for that. We can get YouTube videos deleted. We've got attorneys. Anyway, so there's things that we can do to kind of fix a bad situation. We have lots of things that we can do. So that'll be addressed on the call if there's certain things that come up. But even the idea about paying for featured articles, like being in major media, is sometimes a weird thing for people. But this is the world of PR. For many decades, agencies and firms have been cleaning up the messes of politicians or corporations that made big mistakes, right? These strategies are really just about repositioning the perception of brands and in some cases having to rebuild credibility. So hopefully we're not there for you. we're trying to address this beforehand. This is what we call a reputation moat, getting that started so that you're not going to get too far down the road and be beyond repair. So, but here's where I draw the line. This is where our company draws the line. If you have a proven offer and you genuinely deliver on your promises, we really think that these solutions might even be necessary, things that might be gray hat. But if you don't have a proven offer, if you haven't actually transformed the lives of people, if your marketing is all just truly a bunch of lies, then we really aren't going to be a great fit. I mean, we could work on some things, but we have to be crystal clear about one very important thing. Building a reputation moat is just a quick fix if your offer was just an easy cash grab. This is an unsustainable thing that you've got going on. We might be able to help you ride the little wave that you're trying to do to get some more money for a little while before it crashes and burns, but it's just a quick fix still. Really, this is going to build true credibility if your offer is genuine and offers value, if it over delivers on the promises that you're making in your marketing and in your ads. Now, these things being said, we believe that most fulfillment problems, if you've got some issues with delivery, like poor customer service, missing deadlines on deliverables, or maybe consistently failing at getting results, we can actually solve those things with the right approach. We can address those things in your marketing and really help you in terms of setting expectations on your sales side. There's a lot of things that we could discuss. And I really believe that content and marketing can actually fix fulfillment issues. Now, that's a longer discussion, but we can get into that on the audit call if you are curious about what I mean by that. But anyway, so now that we've cleared the air, let's get down to it. There are 5 steps to building your offer's reputation moat. Number 1, you need to identify your biggest reputation gaps. Now, this won't take too long, but you're want to go through, and you've probably already done this and probably know, but if you haven't, you need to really do some deep digging and evaluate where is your credibility lacking the most. Is it that there's too much negativity online, or is it that there's nothing online? And both are problems. But go Google yourself, ask ChatGPT about you, see what YouTube reviews might be showing up. Are there any Reddit threads with people asking others about you? And are there any negative PPC ads that might be running on your main brand keyword? That's a big deal that happens. It's trying to hijack your search traffic. But like I just said, maybe there's just a ghost town when people search for you, and then when someone gets off a sales call and they go look you up and they try to do some due diligence, there's nothing there, and that is a red flag, right? But another big one is reviewing all the objections from any recorded calls that your sales team might have. So you'll want to look there, look at the objections specifically about trust and skepticism and see what they're saying. So take note of everything that you can and make sure it's all written down. And that's step 1. Step 2 is setting up social listening systems. So this is where you're going to create a system that allows you to quickly respond to trending threads in your niche and or trending threads that are to do with your brand. And to do this effectively, you need a proactive approach that combines automation, social listening, and quick response capabilities. So there's some tools in here that we can tell you about. There's other AI tools that I can recommend on our call. We have our own proprietary system that we've built that actually listens to the niche that you're in, and it's going to leave just favorable things in a natural way. You have to be careful because when you are on Reddit, you don't want to be over promotional. But we have a system for doing these things, for listening. And then step 3 really ties into this as well, creating your own positive content on Reddit, creating a thread in order to get some attention and some traction, but it's not promotional. You have to be very careful because Reddit blocks any sign of promotional content with links. And then your karma is going to drop. If you don't know what karma is, that's your reputation on Reddit. And Redditors are going to call you out anyway. But here's the thing. Ask this question to yourself. What is being said about my brand on active communities online? Not just Reddit, but all over. So people are asking questions right now, and they will ask more. And there will be more and more questions as you scale up and get more attention. So this is going to combine automation, social listening, and quick response capabilities to stay ahead. But be ready to respond. So you can use AI. There's lots of things you can do for this. But social listening, using that system, and then kind of building your own tribe, that's step 3. I'm kind of mixing these two together, but start threads that highlight positive experiences and success stories related to your brand. It might be about your brand, or it might be about the type of niche you're in, because sometimes there's objections just around the niche itself. For example, people that ask questions like, is YouTube automation a real thing, or is it a scam? Those are questions that people ask. And if you are a YouTube automation offer, you don't want that to get down the road too far. You want to get in and engage and educate and teach. So anyway, that's a really important part of this whole Moat strategy. And then we have our own system and tools for doing these things for you. Step 4 is getting a quality PR campaign started. Now, this is huge. We love featured articles. We love getting you published. If you've got a great story, we know that we can. So this is huge. First of all, it's going to rank high on search pages. When you show up in a major media outlet like Forbes or Yahoo Finance, you're effectively pushing down more unfavorable links that might be showing up, or just getting things down so that you look like you're dominating that first SERP, right? Search engine results page. But also, it just makes you look good. I mean, like, getting featured in reputable media solidifies your authority. It reassures potential clients when they look you up, because you've got credibility, right? So check out this little infographic there. But this last step is my favorite, because ultimately the long-term solution for all of this is in this step. You want to sustain long-term trust. You don't want to just do a one and done thing, get it all going. You want to have RVP is what we call it. This is a brand enhancement content strategy. So we don't want you to just fix your reputation. We want you to fortify it. We want you to go on the offensive, deliver an exceptional service, stay active in your community, and maintain transparency. Building a credible brand is a long game that requires ongoing commitment. So RVP stands for Reticular Value Positioning. It's an AI-driven approach to creating content that builds trust and pre-sales prospects. This is a big piece of what we do. It positions your brand as the best and only choice in your niche. You can learn more about this method specifically in the resources linked below. And in a nutshell, you just need to regularly publish your own goodwill organic content, not just transactional marketing pitches in your social media. We see this happening a lot with people that run a lot of ads. They try to do a little bit of organic, but their organic stuff is just transactional pitches. You need to add value. You need to create helpful solutions to real problems in your free content at the top of the funnel, like a podcast or a value packed newsletter that's going to build trust right there. And they're going to see you. They're going to see you talking about what you do. They're going to see that you're an expert, and this is huge. So this is what guys like Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, all the clients that we've worked with in the positive side that have seen results have been doing this for many years, and really it can help solve fulfillment issues. I get so fired up talking about this. I kind of alluded to this up here at the top. But if you've got a fulfillment problem, it's because you didn't set expectations correctly. It's because your offer or your marketing wasn't properly structured on the front end. And when you can set expectations, when you can educate, when you can train, you're going to have happier people on the back end that come through. And you're going to have a higher quality lead that actually shows up to sales calls when they schedule them, that actually converts higher because they're pre-sold. I could go on and on about this, but RVP is about positioning your value at the top of the funnel, and it casts a net. So reticular just simply means net. It simply means net. And you're going to cast a net out there like you're fishing, and you're going to pull in and filter out the ones you don't want and catch the quality that you want to get when you're doing marketing and running ads. So anyway, I get fired up. I apologize for me getting so fired up, but this is like, I see this being dropped all the time with people that run ads to like high ticket offers. They're just not doing this well. They just come across spammy. They might have a legitimate offer, but they're not doing enough on the organic side and creating great content. And it's going to drop your ad spend. Your ad costs. Your cost to acquire a customer is going to drop. I'll take a deep breath here. I apologize. But I want you to add all this up. So that goodwill RVP content that I just went on a rant about, critical. And when you add that up, plus the major media publications, plus the Reddit domination, plus social listening across the whole web, plus monitoring your overall digital footprint on your end, looking for those gaps, it's going to mean that you have a much easier reputation to manage. It's going to mean you have a happier sales team with higher show rates. You're going to have more sales, and you're going to be ready to scale. So If you want an expert to look at your specific situation, book a free audit call with us. We'll evaluate your current reputation and digital footprint. Yes, we will present an offer if we think we can accelerate this for you. But either way, we're going to provide a tailored game plan for your next steps. If you want to learn more about what our offer specifically includes, you can click here on this link and it'll take you to that offer. So there's some other important resources you can see here. We've got some other videos on YouTube. I got some details on the RVP method, digging your brand moat with Reddit, talk about that a little bit, automating Trustpilot review requests with GHL. If you want to get some Trustpilot reviews from your current clients, we've got a system for that. So anyway, that's it for this call. If you want to book a free audit call and get help, go ahead and do that, and we'll see you there.